Before we begin, I would like to briefly go through the run of show. We will open with a presentation from Tariq Amin, Executive Vice President and CTO of Rakuten Mobile, on Rakuten Mobile's strategy for 5G, network architecture, and innovation for open networks. This will be followed by a presentation from Mr. Takashi Nino, President and CEO of NEC Corporation, who will speak about NEC's strategic partnership with Rakuten Mobile. Following Mr. Nino, Mr. Takayuki Morita, Senior Executive Vice President and member of the board of NEC Corporation, will give a presentation on NEC's 5G technologies and the co-development with Rakuten Mobile. To close the presentations, Miki Mikitani, Chairman and CEO of Rakuten and CEO of Rakuten Mobile, will talk about Rakuten's mobile strategy and the vision for 5G. After the presentations, we will open the floor for a Q&A session. Before we begin, I would like to remind all the participants that the information shared in today's webinar and the press release are under embargo until 10:30 a.m. Japan time or 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. So with that, I would like to start today's webinar and hand over the microphone to Rakuten Mobile CTO, Mr. Tariq Amin.
Thank you, Billy. Good morning, everyone in Japan. Good afternoon and good evening for everybody dialing from abroad. Today, it's really an exciting day because I want to share with you the continuation of our journey of innovation regarding building the foundation for the new generation 5G cloud infrastructure. But allow me first to give you a recap of what we have been doing since 2018 till today. Can you go to the next slide, please? When we set the course and the path regarding launching our mobile business in Japan, we all sat down with a piece of white paper and say, what can we do to enable disruption, enable agility in services, and enable better services and democratization of mobile business in Japan? It had to start with massive disruption in technology. We recognize the importance of open networks from day zero. We recognize the importance of enabling fully virtualized radio access, because that's how we're going to reduce our cost infrastructure and build on new world agility that doesn't exist, frankly speaking, today in many of the telecom operators across the world. We knew that we needed to be a player that is focused on fast customer acquisition, moving people from offline to online channels, and leveraging our skill sets and DNA that exist in Rakuten Mobile for internet-facing application to make onboarding process easier and enable people to activate their lines much quicker, much faster than what exists in local market. We also had constraints. We needed to build a network with massive efficiency on investment, and we believe we could do so. And in fact, that's exactly what we have been able to do. We also believe that we needed to leverage Rakuten's 70 plus OTT services that exist, deliver a massive ecosystem to our consumer, not just only focusing on connectivity, but all the application layers that will drive far more value than just providing connectivity to our consumer. And then today, I am so thrilled to talk to you about true 5G. What is Rakuten's story around 5G and the partnership and collaboration that we're doing with NEC around this area? Can you go to the next slide, please? So Rakuten 5G, of course, has to be cost disruptive. But most importantly, it's a technology that must be built on the concept of openness, carrying through our promise from the early days of what we have done in 4G LTE. We need to build 5G on a completely open architecture, 100% secure, and security is an important thing. A technology innovation that we think we could push the industry for the better towards the consumers in Japan. And the realization of a market store that will enable our customers in Japan and also our future partners to click, purchase, and deploy various applications and workloads on Rakuten communication platform. Can you go next? The thing that excites me the most about 5G in relationship to Rakuten. Today, and I've always said this, that it is really unfortunate today that the number one application that people talk about in 5G is speed test. But we believe, and Rakuten believe, that 5G is much bigger than speed test. 5G is all about an ecosystem. And I believe the companies that have an ecosystems are the ones that are going to realize the most amount of benefit with such a disruption in technology. It is a massive, massive advantage to what we have to offer to the consumers in Japan. We believe 5G will be an industry enablers. Rakuten ecosystem around mobile, banking, credit cards, securities, medical, delivery, advertisement is really poised to enable this disruption that 5G could bring to this industry. But it's also more important that the DNA of Rakuten is about empowerment, and it starts with empowerment of society. We truly believe that 5G is going to create a significant shift to how people consume, transact, and leverage connectivity. Of course, with COVID 19, we are starting to see the importance of connectivity across the world, but 5G will even make that much better. You know, empowerment of society is ingrained and part of the DNA of what we want to offer, whether it is our express delivery, super logistics, our Rakuten Ready, our future drone delivery services, energy, wallet. We are well poised to offer all of these collective services to take advantage of this technology and enriching life and individual experiences. Travel is going to be very important, but travel will be physical and virtual in the future. Viber, Kobo, TV, Viki, all these services will be enriched and esports by 5G. So we are very, very excited about what 5G going to bring to society. And for us, it is much bigger than speed test, much bigger. It is all about the ecosystem of what Rakuten has to deliver for consumers in Japan and hopefully abroad in the near future. Can you go next, please? So this is an important point that we wanted to emphasize. This architecture is designed and built upfront as a platform. It's a connectivity platform to enable co-innovation. And really important to realize this is a co-innovation. Rakuten has no interest to be yet another vendor in this space. We want to co-innovate. We want to partner and deliver on the concept of openness, partnering together on leveraging open source technologies, in participating in co-innovation on key industry forums, and also creating a global network of innovation labs to partner together with global mobile operators, industry, and government about bringing this disruption outside of Japan to global markets. Can you go next? And this is a slide we have showed many, many times before. Our journey started with Open RAN architecture, complete 100% disaggregation of hardware and software, mobile edge compute from day zero, a massive enablement and tenant to this architecture, automation and AI and ops. And today, I am so thrilled to talk to you about the future. This is the journey that we're going to spend a bit of time explaining to you what we are planning to do with NEC. The idea of Open RAN was great, but also the heart and the brains of the network is the core of the network, especially around 5G standalone mode architecture. We have really defined and derived a new way of engagement with NEC around open core. I think this is world first activity that really drives towards an open architecture, open source platform, co-innovation, joint IP, source development with NEC, build with Japanese quality. I am super thrilled, and allow me to give you a little bit of details about this. Can you go next slide? Next. So our journey with NEC is not new. We've been partnering with NEC and honestly speaking, challenging NEC. I have huge admiration to the company technical capability, but we also demanded a very different approach and a business model to how we should work together. It is not about a vendor operator relationship. It is true partnership and true collaboration on inventing the new world. And the new world started with engagement with NEC on 5G open RAN compliant RAN platform. I must say, to my knowledge, this is the world first 5G open RAN platform. But there is some tenets of this that is really important. Not only we wanted to reduce the cost substantially, but we also wanted, together with NEC, to control the supply chain. Supply chain is very important. because it addresses security. Where do components get sourced from? How they get manufactured? The 5G world really revolves around securing these networks. I'm glad to tell you today our 5G delivery on 5G remote radio unit of NEC, completely 100% open platform, is built, manufactured, designed today in Japan and delivering cost efficiencies that I think are unimaginable in the traditional telecom world. Software is being developed today and on track for both millimeter wave and sub-6. That's the beginning of what we started with NEC. Today's announcement is about the next. So what is the next big thing? Can you go next slide? So we believed that when we looked at the core, we thought, NEC and us, we could do better. We could do better because the importance of being completely 100% cloud native is very important. The commitment of NEC leadership to put the right resources into this project really impressed Rakuten. This was not a simple and easy decision for us to finally agree to partner with NEC on our path towards 5G Core. But we thought the 5G Core opens a world of opportunity if we both approach the business model differently. If we partner on 100% cloud native for both user plane function and control plane function that must reside on Rakuten Cloud Communication Platform. We also agreed on things that I think are very untraditional. The idea of source code sharing and joint development is very unusual and unorthodox in this day of age. We are thrilled that NEC has agreed to work with us hand in hand to go build this platform with Japanese quality, with the mentality and the mindset that we need to look at global markets. And the idea of NEC also not thinking only just about the Japan market, which is extremely critical for us, but also look at creation of a platform and partnership with Rakuten to look at global RCP core. This is something I am personally so thrilled about. This is just the beginning of what's going to happen. Can you go next? And the Rakuten Communication Platform, in our earning calls, we have announced this, and we started to share what we are building and what we are doing. We know today we have been talking to many partners across the world. In Japan, Rakuten Mobile is the first customer of Rakuten Communication Platform. But I believe in the future, this platform is very well suited for government, for enterprises, and for mobile operator. This is the unvendor platform. We think we want to create a co-innovation journey with our prospective future customers outside of Japan. It has a marketplace really as simple as click, purchase, deploy for complex workloads and telco. Intelligent operations that we've discussed about it, and we continue to do strategic acquisition to enhance this layer. And then the functions and onboarding, NEC plays a huge important role, and today they are part of our family in terms of what we need to do to deliver on this disruption globally. They will be building a very unique architecture for Rakuten Mobile, especially around user plane functions to deliver capacity, throughput, completely containerized microservices architecture. And I think this is the exciting part. Can you go next? So again, this is the NEC vision now. We are well into integration parts, and I would expect now NEC will be in our Rakuten Communication Platform. Can you go next? So the 5G core components in the near future will be part of this platform, will be available in Japan, and will be ready to go global. With that, I would end my presentation and hand it over to Billy, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tarek. That's terrific. Next, I would like to hand over to President and CEO of NEC Corporation, Mr. Takashi Nino.
Thank you to Tarek-san for your wonderful presentation. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining today's press conference. I'm Takashi Nino, CEO of NEC. As Tarek-san has announced, NEC and Rakuten have reached an agreement to enter into a strategic technology partnership. NEC and Rakuten both share a strong belief in the importance of creating social value. NEC's mission is to help create a society that embodies the values of safety, security, fairness, and efficiency, while Rakuten's mission is to contribute to society by producing value through innovation and entrepreneurship. Our partnership is based on these shared goals. Next, please. NEC and Rakuten have been close partners since 2018. We began our work together first in business and operations support systems, which resulted in the world's first 5G radio unit for open virtualized WAN. Our collaboration has further expanded into the field of IT, including field engineering, data centers, and EKYC. Today, I'm delighted to announce our joint development of the standalone 5G core. As Tarek-san explained, the Rakuten communications platform and true 5G and less-than-it forms of the communication network. The 5G core will play an important role in realizing this. At NEC, we look forward to our continued partnership with Rakuten, creating new social value, not only in Japan, but also for communities all over the world. I'll now hand over to Morita-san, who will go into more detail about the joint development of the 5G core. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nino-san, for introduction. Let me continue talking about a 5G core. Next, please. This picture illustrates how NEC and Rakuten collaborate for 5G. NEC's open virtualized RAN compliant 5G radio and NEC's 5G core will be fully linked with Rakuten CUDU on top of Rakuten communication platform through two open interfaces. Next, please. This containerized cloud-native open 5G can be realized through close joint development of NEC and Rakuten, combining both strengths. NEC has world-class ICT technology and R&D. NEC, one of pioneers of network virtualizations, such as SDN and NFV. We also has developed open vRAN from very early days. Rakuten, as you know, has a great ecosystem supported by world-class cloud, and we respect them as one of the most innovative mobile operators. Next, please. There are several important attributes to NEC's 5G. First one is that it is a standard-based true open core. It means that NEC's 5G is compatible with multi-vendor systems, fully independent from hardware. It can handle various accesses and traffics in an integrated way. Secondly, services can start with small and quick and can be expanded to full scale. We guarantee large-scale expandability for Tier 0 service providers level. NEC is fully virtualized on containerized microservice architecture. Make this flexibility, expandability happens. Third one is proven high-performance software-based UPF. Some people say that high performance required for stable operations for Tier 1 is difficult to be realized under virtualized environment. NEC's long history of computing technology expertise and past works of platform and application development on virtualized network contribute to that these difficult things happen. Packet transfer can be QoE controllable using a plain commercial off-the-shelf computers. Fourth one is 4G EPC available on the 5G core. It, of course, guarantees seamless migration from 4G to 5G in both NSA and SA modes. Lastly, our products are developed and manufactured in complete, open, and accountable environment. Thus, we assure it highly secure and high quality. Next, please. Our collaboration starts for Rakuten Mobile system in Japan, and we are gladly agreed that we are working together toward making this available for the world market. Next, please. To summarize my presentation, our strategic partnership is for cloud-native development. It's realized through an open 5G network, providing the world with a migration path to a fully cloud-native 4G, 5G converged mobile network. And this is for global market. Thank you for all your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Morita. Next, let's hand over to Chairman and CEO of Rakuten and CEO of Rakuten Mobile, Miki Mikitani. Miki, please unmute.
Okay.
Thank you. Perfect.
Everyone, thank you for joining today's webinar. And thank you very much for Nino-san, Morita-san, and Tarek for giving comprehensive presentation about the partnership between NEC and Rakuten. First of all, allow me to express my deepest condolences for the loss of Mr. George Floyd. And I just wanted to sincerely express our hope that a peaceful society without any discrimination will come soon. And let me just start sharing my perspective about this partnership. As you may know, Rakuten has launched our 4G fully commercialized service as of April 8th of this year. Our platform is very different from traditional mobile carriers because everything is based on fully virtualized cloud technology. When we started this journey 2 years ago, we have faced many criticism. Some companies even said this is impossible, or sometimes pie in the sky. 2 years later, we have successfully launched something many people in this industry thought it is impossible. And I am very proud what we have done within 2 years. And now I think it is going to be our huge advantage for building one of the most innovative mobile service in the world. It has already 2 months already has passed since we launched our service. Our network is very stable, and I found it is extremely flexible and scalable and secure. So now I can say the virtualized technology is going to be a next new big thing in this industry. But now we need to move on to 5G, which is going to be transformative technology for not only for our industry, but for the society as well. We have been thinking about how we can deploy our platform, not only for Rakuten Mobile service in Japan, but provide very economical, scalable, and agile platform for the industry outside of Japan, as well as to the end customer. And we have decided to build what we call Rakuten Communication Platform, which is very different approach from the legacy industry practices. We are now intending to build the containerized cloud platform to serve not only Rakuten Mobile Japan, but to the future partners outside of Japan. And we have been carefully selecting the core partners for RCP. And today, I am extremely happy that we were able to announce this great partnership with NEC, which is one of the most respected, the global Japanese technology company. We have carefully compared not only the core technology, but the commitment and also the openness to share and build the new generation platform. And we started to build very strong trust between NEC. It may sound a little bit strange that two Japanese companies now trying to challenge to the global telecom industry. But I am very, very confident we will be able to bring the Japan quality platform to the world. So thank you very much, Nino-san and Morita-san, for trusting us. And we will make our best effort to make this platform not only successful, but kind of a global new standard for telecom platform in the world. Thank you very much.